Hi, everyone. This is a live reading of Formula One Noel by Christina Braver. Chapter 1 Nora. The petrol sound of a flatline echoed through the resuscitation room of the emergency medicine department. Everyone's movement slowed as they looked at me. My hands were hot inside the blue nitrile gloves, and my breath paused behind the surgical mask. This was the part I hated about being a doctor, when everything I knew still wasn't enough to save the life in front of me. Wait, had we not tried? The patient was in her late 60s, otherwise healthy, and arrived in VTAC with an irregular heartbeat. We applied the shocks in the correct rhythm, pushed the epi and bicarb, and the patient's oxygen levels continued to drop. We worked for almost an hour, trying everything the team could think of. This collaborative of smart and caring professionals was the best I'd known, and it still wasn't enough. Dr. Reynolds, a calm voice behind me broke through the chaos of thoughts in my head. My colleague, Matt, was an excellent nurse, and he knew, like we all did. I checked the clock and removed my gloves. Time of death, 3:34 a.m. I exhaled, feeling the loss of this patient, this woman, in my bones. My job was to assess symptoms and any potential causes of a condition, work to stabilize the patient, and other tests and labs to rule out possible explanations. Chip down to the real presenting problem in order to call for the right specialty consult. I was good at my job. Most of the time, I liked it, especially when I got to give positive news to family members. We'd identified the problem, and the capable people upstairs would take over. Their loved ones would be okay. The sense of relief and energy that filled those conversations was exhilarating. I even had the chance to deliver a few babies, soaking in the magic of a new life entering the world. Not this time. I stormed past the curtain and out the room's sliding glass door, silent frustration burning in my veins. She'd been in the ER before, with this unusual fatigue, occasional shortness of breath, and stated, "I just don't feel right." She had a history of anxiety and reported elevated stress due to planning for the upcoming Christmas holiday. Dr. Sloan ran all the necessary tests, but nothing showed a potential cardiac issue, and the protocol didn't indicate we should dig deeper. She downplayed the severity of her symptoms, saying it was probably all in her head, and apologized for taking up the doctor's valuable time. Why did women do that? Minimize our pain. Sometimes doctors did everything by the book, and things still went wrong. From my expertise in the ER, it seemed to happen more often with women. There had to be something missing in the book we all followed. For a few reasons, most of the standing research on almost anything in healthcare and the resulting treatment protocols were primarily based on studies of men that were applied to women. As a result, women didn't always receive the best of care for them. We were learning more every day about how women's bodies differed from men's, and not just in the parts covered by a bikini. Research was happening, but we needed more. "Hey, Nora, you okay?" Right on my heels, Jamar, my colleague and friend, slipped into the small alcove behind the nurse's station. The radio in the corner played easy listening holiday music, and colorful string lights lit the sterile white hospital walls and the pale wood counter of the huge desk nearby that served as the department's hub. "Yes," I snapped. "And as always, always okay." I yanked a plug on the miniature speaker out of the wall like it insulted me. "Don't you like Christmas carols?" "Christmas? is for miracles and magic kiss movies on the Hallmark Channel, not this. I knew I was being unprofessional, which was why I was trying to keep it private. But something about this case pushed me over an edge. I wanted to break something. Nora, there was nothing more we could do. Jamara's rich, dark eyes held kindness and understanding. He was an excellent physician, and he felt this loss too. This shouldn't have happened. There had to be more research on medical conditions in women. Men's and women's bodies are not the same. And let me say, I am so glad. Jamar, I rolled my eyes and hopped at my friend, releasing some of the mounting tension as I felt the smile curve my lips. Jamar was undeniably good looking, a doctor, and genuinely kind. He never lacked female attention. He tried to act cocky about it, but I could see through him. He was good to the core and looking for the one. I held up my palm to face him in a more normal tone. I know you love women and everything about them, but you can tell me about it later. I'm kind of going through something here. His face brightened. There's the Nora I know. It's nice to see you again. He paused and moved closer, his expression sombering. The first time she was here, her heart score was 3. Any one of us would have discharged her that day. Because it's what we learned from the textbooks and journals, utilizing research primarily on men. Jamar set a firm hand on my shoulder. Let this one go, Nora. Another one will need you soon enough, and they deserve all of you. He squeezed my shoulder and ducked out the same way he entered. All of me. Everyone always deserved all of me. I rallied as usual and pushed through the rest of my overnight shift. Afterward, I sat in the office area for physicians, a small room with a few desks where we did endless charting and had a quick snack before case reviews with residents or an administration meeting we were required to attend. My 10-hour shift at Birch University Medical Center in Nashville often sketched to 12 or 14 hours. The night shift weeks were the toughest, and my 35 years on this earth felt like 100 on these days. My phone rang. I glanced at the caller ID and braced myself. Hi, Dad. Where are you? I kept my voice upbeat, hoping this call would be quick. Guatemala City. Beautiful place filled with life. Street art everywhere. Wish you were here. I smiled. Mom and Dad loved to travel, and every city was prettier than the last. We have cell service here. I wanted to check in. How are you? He asked. Good. Busy. Christmas is only 2 weeks away. All right. Out in the field. It's difficult to remember those things. Not a lot of resources for seasonal decorations in the villages. What have you heard from GDNL? Dad asked, getting straight to the point of his call. Global Doctors No Limits was an incredible organization that sent medical teams to the world's poorest communities to provide basic life-saving health care. My parents, both physicians, had worked for GDNL for years in cities worldwide, and eager for me to join them. We're going along with the plan. I started the application process. They always expected me to do great things, supporting me in school and helping with tuitions and student loans. And at every dinner party I attended with them since my teens, they beamed as they told their friends how one day the 3 of us would be a doctor dream team doing good in the world. I passed the initial checks and am cleared to send the full application along with my CV, I said. That's great. You could get approved in time to join your mom and me in Africa in a few months. The 3 of us will finally be doing this essential work together. Just like we always planned. I swallowed. I'm not sure I was able to start so soon. There are some things I want to see through here. Nora, what's happening in Africa right now is critical. What could be more important than that? Those other things will have to wait, Dad said, his tone reminding me of their motto, sacrifice is often necessary to do the right thing. My heartbeat paused and sweat formed on my brow. I wasn't ready to talk about this with him yet. Sorry, Dad. I have a couple of residents here to see me. I lied. I should go. You and Mom are both okay? Of course. It's been a rough month trying to keep the vaccination supplies steady, but we're making progress. We'll call before we head out again. Mom jumped in with her goodbye and a we love you. I ended the call and concentrated on breathing, slowing my heartbeat. Shit, I really didn't want to disappoint them. When's your flight? I looked up to find Matt standing by my desk eating an apple. Not soon enough. In the morning, early, I need to finish my research proposal for the Birch Foundation ASAP. Submitting it ahead of others might help me stand out. I would do almost anything to stand out from the competition. Well, one competitor. Thank you for listening.